Hey guys, it's Val with No BS Retro Gamers, and I'm here doing the big reveal as to the result of Bisco tampering around with my Game Genie, being Dr. Frankenstein. So let's take a peek-see and show you how successful his attempts actually were. And spoilers, they were successful. So, here it is. It's the Franken Genie. That's what I've taken to calling it. So here's my Franken Genie. As you can see, Bisco took just everything off of it. Took a hacksaw to it. If you've watched the other videos, you know exactly what he did. So yes, this is what's left of the SNES Game Genie. So now here, this... Oh, I'm sorry. I should preface this by saying that this will work in an SNES, a Retron 2, which is what I have because I need to conserve space, and my Super Nintendo is incredibly dirty, and I do not have the funds nor the expertise at the moment to get it cleaned, or the space. I really just need to conserve space. If you look, this is my... Yeah, my gaming system's my Genesis. You can't see it, it's over there. But, I mean, like, it's crowded enough as is. So, this will work in a Retron 2 as well. I would assume a Retron 3. It will not work in a Retron 5 because the Retron 5 does not recognize stacked cartridges. I.e., you can't play Sonic and Knuckles and have the Sonic 3 cartridge on there as well. But since the Retron 5 has the option for Super Famicom games, I don't really know why you would even need this trick to begin with. So if you have a Retron 5, you're all set. But the trick is, okay, so this is indeed the front of the Game Genie. You can tell by the power button on and off here. You want to make sure it's on, obviously. And don't be afraid to just... Oh, I'm sorry about the really crappy lighting. That's really terrible. That's really, really terrible. Alright, well, in case you can't tell what I'm doing, I am mashing this thing in as far as I can. Don't mind my Super Mario Bros. 3 cart on the, behind it there. Come on, jerk. And usually, I just like to see if it's fitting correctly by... you really should not be afraid to just smash the Game Genie in there. And I'm regretting taking it out because it is fine science and it's a pain in the butt. And just like everything else, thank you Wii U cord for getting right in my way. And just like everything else retro, it really just takes a lot of fiddling around with. So I just like to turn my Retron 2 on. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna need both hands. So, let's see. Okay, you're gonna get a front row seat for this. And really, it's not a matter of even finding the pins, it's just getting it mashed in there, man. Okay. There we go. Perfect. And as you can see, the Game Genie has booted up on my TV screen. Wow, you're out of focus. There we go. So as you can see, the Game Genie's booted up and it's ready to go. So, once you're sure that the Game Genie is secure in there, let's turn that off. Then you're going to take your Super Famicom game. And in this case, I'm going to use Sailor Moon. Because I have this one and the 4 Yu Yu Hakusho games for the Super Famicom. I'm still working on my collection. Any suggestions would be appreciated. I am really into the RPGs, but I'm just going to need emulators for those, so if I ever own the carts, it's just to say that I own them, because I'm not fluent in Japanese. But this is the one I could figure out the controls to the fastest. So, this is the one that I'm going to be using because it's very much a side-scrolling beat-em-up. So, you just put it on top of your Game Genie cartridge right here. Bit of a snug fit, don't be afraid to just wedge it in there. and I might have to take the card out and put it back on a few times. I have not had the chance to thoroughly clean them, but when all said and done, I don't know if you guys can see this due to the lighting, but the SNES Game Genie is right here, and the Super Famicom game is right here. So let's see if it recognizes it. And we can tell if it does, because, come here, Super Nintendo controller. So you get the Game Genie menu as usual. Start, you don't input any codes or anything, and then you should be able to tell pretty quick. Because if it's not, then you just get this black screen. And when I tried this out the other day, you guys are just gonna get a nice crappy view of my TV there. When I tried this out the other day, I thought that there might be something wrong with the bypass. But no, it just turns out you really need to be thorough in cleaning. For now, I'm just going to use the old blow me cartridge trick. I'm exhausted. I've spent all day working on my retro game shelves, which are going to go in tomorrow. So, check the ROM here. Looks to be clean, and again, it's old technology, so every once in a while you just gotta fiddle with it. I don't know how well I'm actually showing up on camera, but oh no, I popped the Game Genie. Bollocks. Once more with feeling. Hey! There we go, it finally worked. So, as you can see, I am playing Super Famicom games on my Retron 2. In this case, Sailor Moon. I did test it out a little bit yesterday. It works just fine. Obviously, the problem is you have to worry about the controls, yada yada. And shut up, I like Sailor Moon. I'll fight you for it. The games are actually a lot of fun. So expect me to be doing reviews of those in the future. If you guys have any Super Famicom games, in general, I'm more interested in the ones that you don't really, you can't really get in the States, or the ones that, like these, or ones that are far too expensive in the States, like Hagane, The Final Conflict. Cart only sells for about $300, if the seller knows what they're doing, or if it isn't broken. So, pick up the screen. So in general, I am just sort of looking for those kind of exclusives. Ones that I either couldn't find, or if I'm a really big fan of the series, I may as well just get it in Japanese, but that's when I have money to spare. So, yeah, if you guys can think of any recommendations, I would love it, because now I have a means to, yeah, Usagi cries when she dies. Quote unquote dies. Anyway. So if you guys can think of any suggestions, those would be greatly appreciated. And so, now that I've got that working, finally, this is Val with No BS Retro Gamers, signing off.